concerned that people were in my office at night. I have a lot of papers in my desk, which I now lock up. Something I've been doing the last couple of years. The thing I want to address, and that is, came to my attention this afternoon that something I've been doing the last couple of years has made some people uncomfortable. A couple of years ago when I was first in my office, I went to the city manager and he went to the chief of police because I was concerned that people were in my office at night. I have a lot of papers in my desk, which I now lock up. So I had some concerns. And so one thing I did is I went out and got a little system called a Blink camera, which I'm sure a lot of people have. And what the Blink does is you set this little camera up, and it's very obvious. It's 4 inches by 4 inches, and it's white, and it sits right there on the credenza at the side of the room. And I would turn it on at night when I left, and turn it off in the morning when I came back in. And if anyone came into my office at night, it would do a 10-second video clip. It's capable of being changed to do up to 60-second video clips, but you can't make it do more than 60 seconds unless you get up and walk around the room again, and then it does 60 seconds and it stops and you have to get up. So apparently some people misunderstood what this was and what it was for, and felt that I may have had the capability of recording people in my office in meetings. That never happened. I never did it, and actually physically, technologically, it's not possible. The only way to do this would be to, if someone came in and sat down for a meeting, I'd have to stand up and wave my arms, and then sit down, and every 10 seconds I'd have to get up and wave my arms again, or although I could set it to 60 seconds. But I think that would be sort of obvious that I was activating a recording system. So, however, it was brought to my attention. This made some people uncomfortable. Therefore, the city manager and the city attorney met with me today. I showed the city attorney and the city manager the app on my phone, and it showed that it was deactivated. In fact, I haven't been able to use it for the past year, and that there was no clips, nothing recorded, nothing on there. The whole system was dormant. So they recommended that I get rid of it. All it is 2 little pieces, so it's gone. The other thing I did some time ago is, long time ago, when the executive assistant for the mayor and the city council, her office is across the hall and down a ways, and she would she was coming to my office frequently and asking me, hey, so-and-so's on the phone, do you want to talk to them now? And I'd be on the phone, so it was sort of awkward. So I got a very inexpensive little intercom system where she could push a little button and say, hey, Mayor, so-and-so's on the phone, do you want to talk to him now? And I could push my button down and hold it and say, give me a few minutes, and then I'll take her name and number and I'll call him back. Or she'd call me and say, hey, I've got some papers I need you to sign. Do you have a few minutes to sign them? So this kept us from walking back and forth, particularly her. And actually the system was very cheap off Amazon. You have to hold the button down to talk. And that's the only way it was ever used. I never used it to eavesdrop on anyone or to listen to what was going on in the executive assistant's office. Actually, technically, I don't know. I think it could do that without their knowledge. So obviously that made some people uncomfortable too. So this was only brought to my attention today. So when it was brought to my attention, I immediately removed them. However, I will say that there was no time did I ever record any meeting in my office. At no time did I ever eavesdrop on anything going on in the executive assistant's office. I never used these items for anything that would be that I feel would be improper. And I understand from the city manager that he's working together and putting together a policy that would say we can't do this anymore. So I guess that gets sort of complicated because people have cell phones. You can actually turn your iPhone to record while people are in your office also. But as far as this, I probably should have gone to the city manager and said, hey, David, because I'm concerned people are coming in my office at night, I'm going to put this in. And I didn't do that. And I should have. Sorry. I should have done that. And I was on the intercom system. I thought everybody knew it was there. So these have been in place for some time, and I never used them for any purpose other than the practical aspects of security in my office at night when I wasn't there, and for communicating with the executive assistant when we needed to talk to each other. So that's really all I have to say on that issue. Mr. Cochran, do you want to make any comments on that?
Sorry, I was pushing the button to answer. No, I don't have any comments.